What if there were a way to avoid cravings forever? Today, I'm going to teach you 3 systematic ways to change your cravings. And I want to start off with 2 of my favorite quotes, and hopefully I won't butcher them, but they go like this. We can't solve a problem by using the same kind of thinking that we used when we created them. To achieve a goal you've never reached, you must become someone you've never been. Man, those quotes for me personally are so incredibly encouraging because they tell me that I have the possibility, the opportunity to change my outcomes, that I am not just at the mercy of whatever is happening in my life. Now, what I'm about to share is incredibly simple and yet challenging to implement. I've said before that everything that shows up in our lives, our relationships, our finances, even our waistline is the result of small, consistent decisions that we make on a daily basis. These decisions stem from how we think and what we believe. So, if an area of your life isn't going well, it's not just about doing more, it's about thinking differently to create better results. We live in a world full of temptations and distractions, and underlying it all is this thing that I call the psychology of buying. Okay, basically, this is how you buy into decisions. Whether you are an impulse buyer, an emotional buyer, a window shopper, or someone who procrastinates before purchasing, understanding your behavior is the first step to changing your cravings and your outcomes. Now, let me ask you something. If you're trying to save more money, wouldn't it be important to understand and gain clarity around the kind of buyer you are? If so, wouldn't it also make sense to understand what kind of eater you are? Okay, if your answer is yes, then what you're really saying is it's crucial to understand how you are tempted, right? How you think about temptations. At the most basic level, cravings follow a predictable pattern, okay? I didn't make this up. This is in many books out there about how to create habits. And basically, the pattern looks like this. This predictable pattern looks like this. We have a cue. This is something that triggers our awareness. It can be sight, it can be smell, or it can be an emotion, right? And then, of course, once that happens, we get a craving. If we dwell on this particular craving, we romanticize about the idea enough, it triggers an emotional craving in us, right? This isn't always conscious. It's a subtle subconscious whisper telling us, this will make you feel better, right? And generally, the action that happens after that is that, it creates a strong desire in us, a strong craving. And if the craving is strong enough, we justify it, take action towards satisfying that particular craving that we get. So to recap, we are cued in, right? We crave, and then we rationalize into the action. Now, let's talk about how to disrupt and transform this particular cycle. Here are 3 powerful ways to change your cravings once and for all. Number 1, we need to understand the psychology behind your eating decisions. We need to recognize the why behind your eating choices. That's right. Every time you make a decision, you think about that particular decision in a very specific way, okay? If you're physically hungry, it's often a stomach-driven impulse. Your body gives you signals, your stomach growls, or you feel weak, or maybe you feel irritable, or you get a headache, usually when you've gone more than 4 hours without eating. But here's the twist. If your previous meal lacked nutrient density, in other words, you ate bad, okay, you're not just hungry, you're starving at this point. And in that moment, anything goes, right? You lose your mind, and then you eat whatever is in front of you, right? You're more likely to grab what's quick and not what's right. Number 2, we need to create strong affirmations that rewire the way we think about. When temptation hits, your mindset matters most, right? This is the most important thing. Affirmations can redirect your thoughts and keep you aligned with your goals. Here are just a few powerful ones to keep top of mind, right? These are ones that I know have worked for my clients in the past 20 years, and they're simple, but they're powerful, right? So you get the craving, you see it, you start to romanticize it, and all of a sudden what you do is you say, food has no more power over me, okay? The other one that I like a lot is I eat for fuel, not for fun. Right? When you start to look at those, the ice cream and the cakes and things of that nature. I also like empowering questions, right? Questions such as, does this meal honor my body as a temple, right? Is this something that I want to bring into my temple? Will it move me closer or further away from my goal, right? Here's another one I like. How does this choice align with the person I am becoming? So affirmations, just so you know, if you're already going, ugh, more affirmations, right? And you're cringing, hear me out. Affirmations aren't just feel-good statements. They're tools that truly shift our internal narrative and help us pause before reacting, right? This is really important. Number 3, and I talk about this all the time, but I'm going to harp on it until you guys actually do it. Number 3 is preparation is everything, okay? Success doesn't come from willpower. It comes from systems. You've heard James Clear say that we don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. One of the best systems that I know is preparing your meals in advance. Okay. As simple as that sounds, it's one of the most powerful things that you can do. And what you want to do is you want to start by setting a consistent date and time for grocery shopping. Okay. This is where it all starts. We want to keep it super simple. When we go to the grocery store, you want to buy things such as pre-made salads, microwavable vegetables, turkey burgers, turkey bacon. You want to buy eggs. You want to get tuna fish, sardines, tuna fish and sardines in water. Okay, those are super easy. A lot of protein in sardines, chicken breast, sirloin steak, and don't forget your approved dressings from the EYB nutrition plan. So as soon as you get home, unpack and season your proteins right away. So approved dressings, things such as Cindy's Kitchen, Mrs. Dash, G. Hughes, Walden Farms, right? Things of that nature. And then remember that if it has calories in it, you don't want to go past 2 tablespoons a day. If it doesn't have calories, then you don't have to worry about measuring anything. Okay. Also, when it comes to proteins, you want to grill about 6 to 10 chicken breasts. Okay. 6 pieces of sirloin, and then also get about 6 to 8 pieces of turkey burgers. Okay. And you want to grill all those at once, right? Store everything in your Tupperwares. Keep those Tupperwares like top of mind, meaning you want to keep them right as soon as you open your fridge. That's the first thing you want to see. And guys, I'm going to say that if you meal prep, you are likely to stay 95% on track. The only reason I don't say 99.999% is because I want to give some room there for little things that come in throughout the week that sometimes are just inevitable, right? And convenience, right? Lowering the entry barrier becomes your superpower. So having these things close by is super powerful. I want to give you a little bonus here. And I want to say that you want to structure your day with intentional alarms, right? We get busy, we're distracted. As I started this video, I told you that we live surrounded by temptations and distractions. So one of the ways to overcome those temptations and those distractions is to create structure in our lives, right? Discipline thrives on structure. We want to set a specific bedtime alarm. I know you guys are used to setting an alarm to wake up, but what I'm asking you to do is actually to set a bedtime alarm and aim to go to bed before 10 p.m., right? We also want to set an alarm to wake up, a wake-up alarm, ideally at 5 a.m., but this is really dependent on the time that you actually have to be at work or be out of the house. So if you got to be out of the house by 6, you probably want to get up at 4. I know that's intense, but hear me out. We want to wake up an hour to an hour and a half before it's time to go to work or do your thing, right? Give yourself an hour to an hour and a half of quiet time before your day begins. I like to call it the warm-up for the day. Use it to feed your mind, your body, your spirit. You'll carry that intentionality with you all day long. I know for sure that people who schedule tend to reach their goals faster than those without. Okay. So create meal alarms and reminders throughout the day to stay on track with all the different things you have to do. Otherwise, it's going to get by you, right? Life gets busy, and those who fail to plan to fail. And so these 3 core principles, understanding your psychology, reinforcing your mindset, and preparing ahead are foundational when cravings creep in. It's usually because 1 or 2 or even 3 of these are out of place. But when you stay structured, cravings lose their grip on you and discipline becomes your lifestyle. This probably is easier said than done, but I'm telling you right now that if you follow the systematic approach, you're going to see radical changes in your body fat percentages. You're going to lose unwanted weight. You're going to get healthy, and then you're going to lose weight. I want to emphasize that we get healthy and then we lose weight. And so we do that by systematically incorporating all 3 things, avoiding temptations and cravings and eating things that we shouldn't be eating. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. More importantly, I hope you put these things into action. My name is Coach JT with the Empty Your Bucket Nutrition Plan. Thank you for listening to this episode of An Idol Called Food. I hope you put it to action. I hope you get some amazing results, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao, ciao.